Hey, how you doing? Steve the Baxman Baxley here, wearing a hat, obviously, because I'm going to class up this joint. No. Harry, of course, our announcer, not with us, and because he's on still his Turkey Day vacation, he'll probably be back first Monday in December. Anyway, how are you? This is the Steve Baxley Sports Final. I am the aforementioned Steve the Baxman Baxley, and we're always sponsored by the L2C Media Network. And we got a good hour for you. Why? Because we're going to talk football, basketball, you name it, maybe a little bocce ball, but one thing we're not going to go in depth on. I'm sorry, but I love boxing, but what they're doing in Vegas tonight, not even going to make mention. Doesn't even deserve it. It's Tyson against Jones. Well, what can you do? It's pay-per-view. So we will make what I consider a passing mention. Okay, during the last few minutes of the show, it deserves it. Trust me. Anyway, let's get on with it. We'll save the Lions bit and some of the NFL afterwards, but it is time for not the Prudential College Football Scoreboard, not sponsored by Prudential for life, health, auto, and home insurance. Get a piece of the rock, Prudential Insurance. And with that said, how about some of those good football scores from this afternoon on down the line? And by the way, when we do the Detroit Pussycats, I faux pas on the name. My apologies. We're also going to tell you who certain eyeball network website thinks would be 5 good candidates for the Lions job. The Pussycats job. It'll take me a while. But anyway, here we go. Week 13. Let's go to the two games that are still. Are they still? Well, one's about to end. So, in fact, one just ended. Okay, let's go to it. Got some files, but right now let's give you the rundown on the solo games still in progression. Nevada and Hawaii, they're scoreless after their first quarter. It's third down and 11 on Nevada's 44. Nevada obviously with the ball, so it'll probably be tomorrow when we give you the final score. But speaking of finals, here they are. TCU demolished Kansas 59-23. By the way, if you were watching Facebook Live, you may have noticed their Behind the Mic series was on the Kansas Jayhawks radio booth. You might want to rerun it again just to see if they were actually talking about the game or not. 59-23, the final score. 23rd ranked Oklahoma State beat Texas Tech 50-44. 12th ranked Indiana defeated Maryland 27-11. East Carolina smashed SMU 52-38. Ball State defeated Toledo 27-24. Missouri defeated Vanderbilt 41-0. And this game made a little history. We'll talk about it in a few, but the scoreboard rolls on. Penn State finally won a game after going 0-5. You'll never guess who they beat. That's right, Michigan, 27-17. 6th-ranked Florida defeated Kentucky 34-10. North Carolina State defeated Syracuse 36-29. Yeah. Ohio smack-dabbed Bowling Green 52-10. Mein faux pas. Buffalo defeated Kent State. And, well, you're going to love the score, guys. I think you know the sound effect to give me. Buffalo 70, Kent State 41. Thank you. One more. Grazie. Georgia State defeated Georgia Southern 30-24. West Michigan over Northern Illinois 30-27. Miami of Ohio offed Akron 38-7. University of Texas San Antonio defeated North Texas 49-17. 20th ranked Coastal Carolina defeated Texas State 49-14. Louisiana defeated University of Louisiana Monroe 70-20. South Alabama over Arkansas State 38-31. Appalachian State over Troy 47-10. Third-ranked Clemson defeated Pittsburgh 52-17. What an upset! Ring it, bing it, bang it. Michigan State might see themselves back up in the top 25. Why? They beat up Northwestern 29-20 in those nice neon dark uniforms. It was a beautiful game. And if you saw it on ESPN, the four-letter sports monolith, you would have loved it. Alabama, number one, and will continue to be that way, defeated 22-ranked Auburn 42-13. Boston College over Louisville 34-27. Ole Miss over Mississippi State 31-24. Rutgers over Purdue 37-30. Colorado over San Diego State 20-10. Baylor over Kansas State 32-31. Memphis over the Navy 10-7. Georgia Tech over Duke 56-33. Fifth-ranked Texas A&M over LSU. What in the hell has happened to LSU? 20-7. Damn. Number 9, Georgia, 45-16 winner over South Carolina. Washington over Utah. What the hell's a Ute? A dead turkey. 24-21. UCLA over Arizona, 27-10. Games postponed or canceled. Louisiana Tech and FIU were postponed. 25th ranked Tulsa and Houston were postponed. Florida Atlantic over Middle Tennessee, postponed. Virginia and Florida State, postponed. The list of cancellations grew. Number 4, Ohio State canceled their game with Illinois. And we got something on them coming up. University of Texas, El Paso, and Rice were canceled. 16th ranked Wisconsin, Minnesota, canceled. 7th ranked Cincinnati and Temple, canceled. San Jose State and Boise State, guess what they were? Yep, canceled. Utah and Arizona State, canceled. And, of course, we had the scores from the previous games. We don't need to repeat those. And the rest of the canceled shots, Colorado State Air Force, Washington State, San Diego State, Fresno State, Southern Mississippi, and the University of Auburn, Birmingham. They were all canceled. Everything else was final, and we have done our duty. Now, we must explain the history that Vanderbilt did today. Would you like to hear it? I knew you would, so we're going to make sure you hear it. That's right. Then we'll be talking more college football. Wow, you won't believe how Syracuse lost. But here we go. A Vanderbilt kicker made history on Saturday. And you won't believe this, but this kicker didn't do too bad. You see, Vanderbilt kicker, let's try it again. Vanderbilt kicker Sarah Fuller made history on Saturday when she kicked off at the start of the second half against Missouri, making her the first woman to play a snap in a Power 5 college football game. Fuller, a starting goalkeeper on the soccer team, joined the football program this week after Vanderbilt lost multiple specialists due to COVID-19 issues. Fuller was a 41-0 loss. Quote, I just want to tell all the girls out there that you can do anything you set your mind to. You really can. If you have that mentality all the way through, you can do big things. There you go. Fuller also said, but this was on Friday, I think it's amazing and incredible. But I'm also trying to separate that because I know this is a job I need to do, and I want to help the team out, and I want to do the best that I can. Placing that historical aspect aside just helps me focus on what I need to do. I don't want to let them down in any way. It's an honor. They called on me to be able to do this and help them out. End quotation. Fuller joins Katie Nyinga and April Goss as the only women to play in an FBS game. Kicked 2 extra points for New Mexico against Texas State in 2003. She transferred to New Mexico from Colorado, where she did dress out, but did not play in a game for the Buffaloes. Goss, who played at Kent State, kicked an extra point against Delaware State in 2015. Now, 4 other women, Willamette's Liz Heat, Jacksonville State's Ashley Martin, West Alabama's Tanya Butler, and Lebanon Valley's Brittany Ryan have also kicked in college football games at various levels, ranging from NAIA to FCS. Heaton became the first woman to score in a college football game in 1997. Fuller, a senior, had a wild week. She helped the Vanderbilt soccer team win the SEC tournament last weekend when they topped Arkansas 3-1. It was the program's first women's SEC tournament title since '94. Derek Mason, the Commodores football coach, explained the process of how Fuller joined the team. We quote, I reached out to soccer coach Darren Ambrose. Me and Darren are extremely close. Our teams are close, to be honest. Just wanted to see how Sarah would actually work as an option. I had her out, had a chance to look at what she can do with the football. She's really good with the soccer ball, seems to be really good with the football. We'll see. She's an option. We'll keep all our options open. We'll see what she can do on Saturday if given the opportunity. While Fuller helped Vanderbilt's soccer team make history last Sunday, 6 days later, she did again for the football program and women everywhere. High, high, high. There you go. 3 highs, and all of them were good. Miss Fuller, you kicked butt. Okay, let's get this little pup over with. Well, after a 4-7 start and witnessing, and I do mean witnessing, 2 embarrassing games in a row, one on Sunday and the other on Thanksgiving Day, Sheila couldn't take it anymore. Either that or she saw my show. Obviously, she didn't. But the Matt Patricia and Bobby Quinn era is over, done with, and I bet you no one feels more better about it than Matt Patricia. And if you didn't see my Thursday broadcast, please go to it because I think we nailed it. Anyway, on Saturday, the Lions announced they have, and I'm not going to say it the way they got it here on script. I'm going to say it the way I feel it. They fired the head coach along with general manager Bob Quinn after a 4-7 start to the 2020 season. This comes in the immediate aftermath of a 41-25 virtual blowout loss to the Houston Texans on Thanksgiving week 12. Now, previously, as we said, the Lions were shut out at the hands of the Carolina Panthers, and it was during the Texans game on Thanksgiving that cameras saw Sheila Ford Hamp face buried in her hands in embarrassment. National TV. Now, Patricia first signed on as the head coach of the Lions back in 2018 after spending nearly a decade and a half inside the New England Patriots organization. As for Quinn, he also came over from Patriots organization starting in 2016. Now, while Patricia's arrival brought the promise of turning the franchise into a contender, after helping lead New England to 3 Super Bowl titles as the defensive coordinator, his tenure as the Lions head coach was anything but fruitful. Over the 2.5 seasons as head coach, Patricia finished with a 13-29-1 record. That's .314 winning percentage. Now, for reference, Jim Caldwell, who Patricia replaced, went 36-28. For those of you mathematical hounds out there, that's a .563 winning percentage over his tenure in Detroit. Now, heading into this season, it was very clear that both Patricia and Quinn were on the hot seat back in December of 2019. Then owner Martha Ford and then vice chair, now owner Sheila Ford Hamp, penned an open letter to fans. Grazie. To fans where they started, quote, our expectations for the Lions to be a playoff contender in 2020. With that not coming to fruition as the calendar is set to turn to December in 2020, ownership has decided to cut its losses and reset yet again. Now, I'm sorry, I did say the L word, but this is the last time we will mention the L word. From here, the Lions will turn to offensive coordinator Darrell Bevell as the interim head coach, and according to the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Bevell had been the offensive coordinator in Detroit the past 2 seasons. Prior, he held the same position with the Seattle Seahawks from 2011 to 2017 and helped lead the franchise to a Super Bowl 48 title. Now, are you ready for this? Well, if you're not, you sure soon will be, because our friends at CBSSports.com have, well, they got a list of 5 coaches who may be just right to be the new Lions head coach. Now, by the way, this will be the last time I will refer to the team as the Detroit Lions, since they're not playing Sunday. There you go. They'll be back next Sunday. So on this coming Saturday will be the first time we will refer to the Detroit Lions as the Detroit Pussycats. I had to ask legal, and they said, just stay with Pussycats. You don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. So we'll just stay with Pussycats. One of my friends on Twitter said, Detroit Kitty Cats. But anyway, here we go. Who are the 5 candidates? Who wants to be Lions head coach? Well, here we go. Here's 5 of them. Now, of course, Darrell Bevell, the offensive coordinator, who will be the interim head coach the rest of the season. If Bevell leads some miraculous turnaround for Detroit, he'll naturally get a closer look from ownership as the long-term option. But in the event that they look outside the organization, dear God, not again. Here are their options according to CBSSports.com. Eric Bieniemy, the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator. He should already be a head coach somewhere in the NFL. Kansas City's offensive coordinator had Patrick Mahomes and company looking like they're playing Madden at times, and the franchise looks poised to seriously defend their Super Bowl 54 title they won a year ago. Now, allowing Bieniemy to work with offensive talent like Matthew Stafford, running back DeAndre Swift, and others would be fascinating. He's likely going to be a number of teams' options, so Detroit will need to make one big, huge pitch to sell Bieniemy on helping the Lions turn things around. How about this? Another offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll. You know how Josh Allen flipped the switch this season? Well, you can thank Brian Daboll for that. The Bills boast one of the better coaching staffs in the entire NFL under Sean McDermott, and Daboll is arguably the best of the bunch. He was named the offensive coordinator back in 2018 and has turned that unit into a group that's currently in first place in the AFC East and scoring 27.2 points per game. He also has a history of scheming up some big old tremendous plays. Now, the Bull also has a strong pedigree. Oh, no. Winning 5 Super Bowls as a member of the New England Patriots organization. And a national championship as the offensive coordinator at Alabama under Coach Nick Saban. Now, Detroit may not want to risk total embarrassment to pick another head coach off the Bill Belichick tree. The Bull would be a strong possible hire. How about this one? The Panthers offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. Now, this would be a big rise for him if he were hired as a head coach after 1 year as the offensive coordinator of the Carolina Panthers. But we are in the age of young head coaches, so it could be possible. Brady lit college football on fire as a passing coordinator and receivers coach at LSU with Joe Burrow as his quarterback, and he's been flashing his potential as a head coach with the Panthers. Now, while he may be a bit too green, Brady will absolutely be mentioned for a number of vacancies as they unfold over the years. Jets! Jets! It's just a matter of time before some team scoops him up to lead the club. For the Lions, maybe they want to be too early on a coaching prospect, like the 31-year-old Brady, rather than too late, maybe. Another offensive coordinator. You're going to love this name. Arthur Smith of the Titans. His work with Ryan Tannehill, developing the Titans quarterback into one of the better signal callers in the NFL, is what's going to get him a lot of looks as a possible head coach somewhere. Now, since being named the starter in Week 7 of last season, Tannehill's completed over 67% of his passes in the regular season. He's averaging nearly 250 yards passing per game, 44 touchdowns to just 9 interceptions, and has a passer rating of 11.27. Tannehill has also added 288 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground over that stretch. Whether or not Matthew Stafford is going to stick around for the rebuild or the Lions decide to bring in another young QB to really begin a new era, Smith has shown he does have the way to mold a quarterback and bring him along in the NFL. You know the sound effect we're looking for this one. How about this? Jim Harbaugh, Michigan head coach. Obvious, isn't it? Harbaugh's time in Michigan appears to be on its last leg, especially after an embarrassing loss to Penn State, which could open the door for a potential return to the NFL, where he has a 49-22-1 regular season record as a head coach and a 5-3 postseason record. He also has a history of turning a team around on his resume, too, which could be attractive to Lions ownership. Prior to landing in San Francisco in 2011, the 49ers were a 500 or below squad for 8 years. Upon arrival, Harbaugh immediately had them at 13-3 and in the NFC Championship. The following year, they were in the Super Bowl. His links to the state are obvious, and he could make a compelling pitch that he could turn things around quickly in the Motor City. I doubt he will even consider it. Now, I will agree on a certain aspect. If you notice, Arthur Smith, Joe Brady, Brian DeBull, and Eric Bieniemy, what have they got in common that Jim Harbaugh doesn't? Very simple. They're all offensive coordinators. Now, Harbaugh is a head coach. He's already been tested in the National Football League, but none of the others mentioned have. So now you got to ask yourself again, who could possibly do it? Where is Matt Patricia going to wind up? Well, he's available, and there's a team out there that could be calling him about a head coaching job. And it's the team that almost took him away from the Lions, and maybe he should have accepted their deal, the New York Jets. But we'll just see what happens, shall we? But again, those are 5 from CBSSports.com. I'll have my picks tomorrow. But speaking, as we are, of Lions, it's time to take you to our good friend, the Rabbi. Another edition of Rapping with the Rabbi. And folks, hopefully, cross our fingers, cross our toes, and every other orifice that we have. And as we stealthily put the microphone to the speaker, it's time to bring on the Rabbi with his Week 12 NFL picks. So, Rabbi, if you're here with us, let's hear you. Good evening. How are you doing, everybody? I am the Monsignor Rabbi Hiram Shecky Fleischman here, sitting in for Harold with the announcing that this is Rapping with the Rabbi, and I am Hiram Shecky Fleischman, the Monsignor Rabbi here at the Vatican Football League. Now, let's get to the predictions. By the way, I heard through the grapevine, Baxman, that congratulations are in order. The curse is lifted, and you have new owners. Wait a minute. No, just going to get a new coach and a new general manager. Well, what can I say except to you? I say good luck to the Lions fans. You have my sympathies. Let's go to the predictions. 1 o'clock Fox games. Arizona Cardinals 6-4. New England Patriots 4-6. My prediction: Bill Belichick will not be the Detroit Lions head coach. He'll win. The Patriots 21, Arizona 17, New England by 4. The Carolina Panthers 4-7 at the Minnesota Vikings 4-6. What can I tell you? They blanked the Lions. But can they blank the Vikings? No. Vikings 20, Carolina 17, Minnesota by 3. New York Giants 3-7, taking on at the Cincinnati Bengals 2-7-1. My prediction: the Cincinnati Bengals 17, New York Giants 10. Cincinnati by 17. No, Cincinnati by 17. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. Cincinnati by 7. The 4:05 Fox game, San Francisco 4-5 at LA Rams 7-3. My prediction for this one: well, I left my heart there once, but I won't leave it again. San Francisco 49ers 27, Los Angeles Rams 21, San Fran by 6. New Orleans Saints 8-2 at Denver Broncos 4-6. It's Mardi Gras time, although canceled for next season. For next year. The New Orleans Saints 37, Denver Broncos 10, New Orleans by 27. The 1 o'clock CBS games. The Cleveland Browns 7-3 at the Jacksonville Jaguars 1-9. My prediction for this game: the Cleveland Browns 20, the Jacksonville Jaguars 17, Cleveland by 3. Las Vegas Raiders 6-4 at the Atlanta Falcons 3-7. Give me the Raiders 34-17 over the Falcons. Vegas by 17. Roll them bones, baby. The Miami Dolphins 6-4. Oh, I forgot one. Sorry. Los Angeles Chargers 3-7 at the Buffalo Bills 7-3. My prediction for this: give me Buffalo 27-14 over the Chargers. Buffalo by 13. The Miami Dolphins taking on a 6-4 record. Go up against the winless New York Jets. Come on, how stupid are you? Bing me the bell. Take the Dolphins 86, the Jets 17, Miami by 19. They're getting closer to the mountain of misery, the Tower of Tepidity. Woe and 17. Now, the Tennessee Titans 7-3. They're traveling to Indianapolis 7-3. The prediction: it's a close one, but the Colts shall ride. 27-17 over the Titans, Indianapolis by 10. The lone 4:25 CBS game, Kansas City Chiefs 9-3 at the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tommy Buccaneer 7-4. My prediction for this game: Kansas City going to give Tommy Buccaneer a hernia 27-24. Kansas City by 3. The NBC Sunday night NFL game of the week is the Chicago Bears 5-5 at the Green Bay Packers 7-3. Give me the Packers 27, Bears 18, Green Bay by 14. And I know we don't have the effects here like you do, Baxman, but woo-woo! The Tuesday night 8 p.m. special on NBC. The Baltimore Ravens, they went from a turkey game to a Sunday afternoon game. Now they're going to a Tuesday night game. Well, they're still 6-4. They're going against the 10-0 Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're about to wish they were canceled. Steelers 28, Ravens 21, Pittsburgh by a touchdown. Now the Monday night contest will be the Seattle Seahawks 7-3 at the Philadelphia Eagles 3-6-1. My prediction for this game, simple. Give me the Seahawks 35-27 over the Eagles. Seattle by 8. You know, I got to tell you something, Baxman. I can't wait for Harold to go back to the announce booth after his Thanksgiving vacation. We miss him. I know you do too. I am Monsignor Rabbi Hiram Shecky Fleischman, and that was the Week 12 NFL predictions. By the way, my Thanksgiving predictions, 1-1. I lost Detroit, but I lost that. Wait a minute. Did I? Give me that again, boys. Give me the pick here. Okay. I lost the Lions. No, then I won the Lions. I won them both. I'm 2-0, baby. Let's get to that casino. Only for entertainment purposes. I'm 2-0. That's not bad. You know, that isn't bad. 2-0 on Turkey Day, and this is what, my 3rd season? By the way, we have a total from last week, and after 161 games, I'm at 66%. Boy, do I need to round the corners with these last week's games. I mean, I need to get 10 on week 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and the last. I need to run the tables. Strictly entertainment purposes. Last year, as you know, I was 99% still. I was in the 90s, almost 100. Now, I'm dabbling upwards to the 70s. I want to be at least 80% by the time the last week of the season gets started. And that's all from here at the Vatican Football League. I am Monsignor Rabbi Hiram Shecky Fleischman saying, Baxman, it's over to you, my friend. Mazel tov, l'chaim, and score one from me. And good luck to whomever gets that Lions job. You're going to need it, and I don't give you a prayer. I wish I can give a prayer to the Lions ownership, because I agree with you at 100%, Baxman. They need to sell the team. I liked your commentary, especially the real reason they're not going to sell the team. Anyway, back to you in the studios in Jackson. I am the Rabbi, and that's a wrap. One day I wish the Rabbi would cheer up. Okay, folks, it is 6 minutes past the hour of midnight Eastern time. Nick Ricada doesn't do a Saturday show, so we can't talk about that. But we can talk about what happened at the Syracuse game. That's right. And this one has a lot of people scratching their head, especially Syracuse fans. Now, Syracuse lost its 7th game in a row on Saturday as it dropped a 36-29 thriller to NC State in particularly crushing fashion. The Orange trailed by a touchdown the final minute as quarterback Rex Culpepper orchestrated an impressive drive into North Carolina State territory that ended in disaster. With the Orange on the NC State 7-yard line with a chance to tie the game in the final seconds, Culpepper took a sack back at the 18-yard line. With no timeouts remaining, the Orange offensive hurried back to the line of scrimmage to try to get one more play off before the clock expired. Culpepper got the snap with a second left, but instead of lifting a pass towards the end zone, he spiked the football. The only problem was that his spike came on 4th down. So even if there had been any time left after the spike, North Carolina State would have taken over possession. Yeah. Anyway, by the way, I can't wait for the AP Top 25 to be announced tomorrow, and we'll bring that to you. Right as rain on Sunday's broadcast, midnight Eastern time, because we got a Sunday night football game and a couple of other things. Anyway, there is a strong possibility, and I don't know how good of a possibility, but there is a strong possibility that, we may be that, don't be too sure that the Ravens and Steelers will play on Tuesday. That's right. But we're going to say they will. Why? I have no idea. And we're going to get a little bit more on this. So just hang around, Sloopy. Sloopy, hang on. Hang on. Now, the Tuesday night game, will they be able to play? Well, there's a good possibility they will. Maybe. Unless some more players of the Ravens have another player that has been diagnosed with COVID, and they might have that player, but we'll have to find out. They are scheduled, as we said, to play on Tuesday. However, the National Football League is not so sure of that. So we will hear a official move or official announcement, hopefully Sunday, that the game is still on. That's right. Now, John Harbaugh said in a statement the Ravens will play the Steelers on Tuesday night. That's right. The journey to Week 12 game between the Steelers and Ravens has been a long and winding road, originally scheduled for Thanksgiving night, then for Sunday afternoon, only to be told the game will be played on Tuesday night. The Steeler fan base has been furious over the proceedings. With the NFL bumping the game to Tuesday night, it is their last opportunity to assure a game is played. If they can't get this game in, they would be faced with a decision to force a forfeit or create a Week 18 and alter the league's postseason plans. On Friday evening, John Harbaugh released the following statement. We appreciate the efforts of the NFL and Pittsburgh Steelers throughout this process, while we all work to create an environment that keeps the health and safety of everyone involved at the forefront of each decision. Our organization has a plan in place, and we will be prepared to play the Steelers. We thank everyone for adaptability and look forward to the challenge of facing a very good football team at Heinz Field on Tuesday night. Now, the Ravens had just one player test positive. He was a practice squad player on Friday, so the hope is their outbreak is getting under control. Now, the Steelers do have to be worried about their own locker room after 3 players tested positive for the virus on Friday and were put on the COVID reserve list. So, it is Sunday after all. If you're a Steeler fan, if you're a Ravens fan, please go on your knees and pray to the Lord of Lombardy that Tuesday night will be football night in America. And it's all at 8 p.m. on NBC. There you go. Oh, boys, this is going to be an uneasy day. Well, actually, it's not going to be a little uneasy. It's going to be a lot uneasy. Especially if you are, well, yeah, we'll just join you all in praying that the NFL will say it's on Tuesday. Okay, meanwhile, in the other part of the world, the NFL's San Francisco 49ers, well, they may be playing in a new home for December. Here's why. And oh, by the way, we got a little traveling for you, basketball fans, coming up. But here's the deal. The San Francisco 49ers will now need to search for a new home venue after Santa Clara County, where Levi Stadium resides, issued new COVID-19 regulations that include the temporary ban on all high school, collegiate, and professional sports. Hi, can we... Hey. Okay, you. Nope, there we go. Thank you, whoever that was. Our control room is doing fine. Now, as I was saying, this mandate will go into effect over the next 3 weeks, which falls under 2 home games for the 49ers, December 7th versus Buffalo and December 13th versus Washington. Of course, this also impacts where the Niners can practice on top of where their games will be played. This comes in the aftermath of California experiencing its worst surge of COVID-19 yet. San Francisco and San Mateo counties have also rolled out similar restrictions, which start to limit the nearby options for the 49ers as they continue to search for a new place to play its games. Under Santa Clara County new restrictions, a 14-day quarantine is required for all those traveling to and from the country from more than 150 miles away, which Buffalo and Washington certainly fall under. Now, according to ESPN's Nick Wagner, the 49ers would not be subject to the 14-day quarantine upon their return from Los Angeles on Sunday night, as the guidelines put forth by Santa Clara County don't take effect until Monday. Now, as the rest of the country deals with COVID-19, the NFL has not been able to hide from the pandemic either. Another number of teams, including the Steelers, Ravens, and Colts, have battled positive COVID-19 tests popping up all over their respective organizations. And in case of the Steelers-Ravens, their game needed to be rescheduled twice. The league also sent out a memo to all 32 clubs informing them that all in-person activities will be halted on Monday, November 30th and Tuesday, December 1st to try and limit the number of positive tests that could come out of the Thanksgiving holiday. So, excusez-moi. So, to be continued, they're searching. Is everybody searching? Yes, they are. We're not. We're staying here. Yay. Okay, can we straighten out Minnie the mic here? Thank you. Let's see here. Well, when was this, guys, that we're about to report on? Okay, I think we've already done that. So, well, we've already made mention of that. So, no worries. No worries, Bobala. No worries. Okay, let's see if there's any media bites to give you, courtesy of awfulannouncing.com. And yes, we got to do the Ohio State story if we can pop that up. And in fact, we're popping it up right now. Here we go. And then we found the report that we want to give you. So, on the other story involving football. It's been a long, strange trip for the 2020 Big Ten college football season. So it makes a weird bit of sense that it will end in the most unlikely of places, noon. The Big Ten and Fox announced that the 10th annual Big Ten football championship game will move to Fox's big noon Saturday time slot. On Saturday, December 19th, as part of the festivities, the Big Noon Kickoff broadcast crew, which includes host Rob Stone, analyst Urban Meyer, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, and Brady Quinn, will be live from Indianapolis for a 2-hour pregame show at Lucas Oil Stadium before kickoff, and the Big Ten football championship gets gussified. Gus Johnson and Joel Clapp will call the game with reporter, that little cutie Jenny Taff, on the sidelines. Now, the Big Ten championship game is routinely played in prime time, as it was last season when the Ohio State Buckeyes won their third straight conference crown, defeating the Wisconsin Badgers following an 8 p.m. kickoff. Now, it's hard, of course, to see the state of the Big Ten and recent game cancellations and not see a connection between the move from prime time to noon, even if Big Noon Kickoff has been a strong performer for Fox in the conference. Now, while Ohio State and Wisconsin once seemed to be on a collision course, thank you, boys, to meet again for the conference title, a result that would please everyone involved, including the Big Ten. A few things have happened in the last 2 weeks to change that, altering the landscape for the championship game's potential. Wisconsin, are they eligible? Which sound effect, guys? Okay, thank you. Sound 3, 2. Is Wisconsin eligible? Nope, they're ineligible because they've had too many games canceled. Now, that clears the path for the Northwestern Wildcats, who are in the midst of a fantastic run that just got destroyed by the Michigan State Spartans. They do lack the national appeal that the folks at Fox might hope to see out of a Big Ten championship game participant. Now, with Ohio State's game against Illinois this weekend being canceled, that puts the Buckeyes right up against the line they need to meet in order to qualify for the Big Ten championship game. And here's what Andrew Buchholz said at the time. That may lead to some interesting discussions ahead, as Big Ten protocols mean confirmed positive tests to have players out for 21 days. Ohio State's game against Michigan State next Saturday certainly could be under threat as well. And even their famed rivalry game with Michigan on December 12th may not be certain to go ahead. Now, if either or both of those games go down, Ohio State, which is currently 4-0, they lost the game earlier this year thanks to a COVID-19 outbreak at Maryland. Ohio State wouldn't appear to be eligible for the Big Ten championship game, with the conference currently requiring a minimum of 6 games played to be eligible for that. However, it's notable that the college football playoff itself has no minimums for games played. So while there are still many possibilities regarding canceled games and potential losses, there is a genuine possibility that the 2020 Big Ten championship game could be something like Northwestern versus Indiana, except now that one may be a non-predictor because, well, as you know, Michigan State upset Northwestern. Now, well, with all due respect to Wildcats and Hoosiers, their game would probably be the primetime matchup that Fox would hope for. Hence, the Big Ten title game is now a nooner. And now with Northwestern embarrassed by the Michigan State Spartans, oh joy! This could be a fun remaining 2 weeks of the season. If you thought 2020 was bad, just wait. It's about to get worse. And we're going about 5 minutes more. Now, as we told you, leave us to look carefully and listen well. Because, well, as we all know, the Ravens Steelers are going to be played on Tuesday, and it'll be on NBC no matter what. If they go ahead, they'll play it. If it goes ahead, if it's official, The Dallas Cowboy game against the Ravens, set for next Thursday, will be moved to the following Monday. That's right. Here is the NFL statement on the Ravens Steelers Cowboys Ravens game. The Week 12 Baltimore Raven at Pittsburgh Steelers game has been moved to Tuesday at 8 o'clock and will be broadcast nationally on NBC. I didn't have a piano sound effect. Sue me. Oh, boy. Should the game be played on Tuesday, the Week 13 Dallas Cowboy at Baltimore Ravens game, originally scheduled for Thursday, December 3rd, will be moved to Monday, December 7th at 5 p.m. and will be broadcast nationally on Fox, the NFL Network, and Amazon. Now, these decisions were made out of abundance of caution to ensure the health and safety of players, coaches, and game day personnel, and in consultation with medical experts. Get this. The rescheduling has some further knock-on effects, though. It means Fox, NFL Network, and Amazon don't get a Thursday night football game this week, and they instead get a very early game next Monday. That's presumably done to limit the interference with ESPN's Monday Night Football, which has the Bills in San Francisco 8:15 on December 7th, and that makes sense, but it's a loss for Fox, the NFL Network, and Amazon. Now, it's unclear how the rescheduling will affect the broadcast lineups for Ravens and Steelers. Mike Tirico had originally been set to call the Ravens and Steelers on Thanksgiving with Chris Collingwood and Michelle Tafoya, but the shift to Sunday had Ravens Steelers switched to Al Michaels, who originally supposed to have the week off. Collingsworth and Tafoya with Tirico, Dungy, and Catherine Tappan handling the Sunday night game between the Bears and the Green Bay Packers. If this game does go ahead on Tuesday, we'll see who NBC has to kick it and call it. And will they also be including their Spanish language sister network, NBC Universal, formerly, or as I like to call them, Telemundo number 2. Oh, wow. By the way, in a surprise move, Sportsnet has parted ways with Toronto Blue Jays broadcaster Mike Wilner. In a surprise move, Wilner spent over 20 years on working with the Blue Jays and has been the team's full-time play-by-play announcer since 2019. We wish him well. Why the change? No one's speaking. No one is speaking, but many fans were upset the decision cite cost-cutting and greed as a potential reason for the move. The change also comes a day after news leaked about Rogers Communications, who owns the Blue Jays, wanting to demolish the Rogers Center and build a new stadium, leaving some to wonder if this is related in some financial way. Oh, we shall find out more. But man, oh man, a Chevrolet. It has not been a good year for Rogers. Especially if you'll remember, this is the same company that stole the NHL the NHL broadcast rights for Canada in a 12-year deal. That also meant they own Hockey Night in Canada. Gee, I wonder how that's going. Oh boy, that's not good. That's not good. He's not good. Truly, he's no good. Definitely not good. Not good at all. Okay, I think we got some time. Hello to my friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And with that, all done in the weep of an eye, it's time to go to the scoreboard. And then we'll do what we promised. A passing mention. I wonder who's doing the ring announcing for that so-called event, that exhibition. Anyway, let's excuse me, folks. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm sort of delaying the move here so I can get my cat wherever she is, get Uno the assassin over here so I can give her treat. Oh, she is? What? Where is she? Oh, boy. Okay, let's do this and get things over with, shall we? Thank you. In the Premier League, Brighton and Liverpool ended in a 1-1 tie. Manchester City beat Burnley 5-0. Leeds beat Everton 1-0. West Bromfield beat Sheffield United 1-0. In Das Bundesliga, we had Augsburg and Freiburg tied at 1. Köln and Dortmund 2-1. Köln beat Dortmund. Leipzig a 2-1 winner over Arminia Bielefeld. Bayern Munich over Stuttgart, not Harry, 3-1. Union Berlin and Eintracht Frankfurt tied at 3. Mönchengladbach over Schalke 4-1. In Italy, Serie A, grazie. In Italy, Series A, Sassuolo lost to Inter 3-0. Juventus and Benevento tied at 1-1. Then Verona beat Atalanta 2-0. In Spain's La Liga, Cadiz and Elche tied at 1-1. Athletic Madrid over Valencia 1-0. Seville over Huesca 1-0. Alaves over Real Madrid 2-1. In basketball, World Cup qualification to prelims, Belarus over Cyprus 89-53. Iceland over Kosovo. Thank you. 86-62. Portugal over Albania 88-70. Luxembourg over Slovakia 77-73. Now it's time for some Swedish hockey in the Swedish Hockey League. Djurgårdens over Frölunda 3-2. Skellefteå over HV71 3-2. Leksands over Malmo 4-3. Farstad over Brynäs 6-4. In the Czech Republic Extra League, Plzeň defeated Vitkovice 6-3. In Finland, Helsinki over Hämeenlinna 5-2. Ilves over Kalpa 2-0. Saipa over Kuku 3-1. Lukko over Jukrit 6-3. Turku over Asat 4-1. Tapra over Karpat 4-1. And after overtime and penalties, Vasen Sport over Gens 3-2. And that's it. We have done it, kids. We have done it. We are done for the night and done for Saturday. So we thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you tomorrow afternoon for after the first half at 4 o'clock, the fastest wrap-up of the 1 p.m. games. And, of course, we will see you following Sunday Night Football. Of course, don't forget, we go live to tape on Spreaker.com, Last Call Cafe at 11, and WrestleMania Hut at 11:30. They drop sometime on the week. But after those two, after Sunday Night Football, we'll be on at midnight Eastern Time with more of this madness we like to call the Steve Baxley Sports Final. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. Steve the Baxman Baxley saying, may your favorite teams in sport be winners. Good night, America, wherever and whomever you are. We'll see you Sunday, everybody. Happy football.